instinct to tell a story visually is a fundamental human characteristic that dates back to the cave paintings of our earliest ancestors. In the millennia that followed, language was developed which allowed stories to be passed orally from generation to generation. Birthplace of the film industry. Most people believe that Hollywood is the birthplace of the film industry, but its place of origin is really Fort Lee, New Jersey. In the early decades, the US was not the center of the film world. Russia, France, and especially Germany were at the top to World War I and World War II. Economies were destroyed, allowing America to rise as the top of the film industry, making California, specifically Los Angeles, number one. In its early stages, while the most popular, just like now, was sex and violence, so some type of control was needed. In 1934, the guidelines began being enforced. The production code lasted for 30 years until 1968. Then they adopted the MPAA film rating, which is still in place today. By 1960s, censorship ended. That is when the ratings we know nowadays were set in place G to X based on suitability for children. The 1960s were cinematic golden age with movies like The Godfather, Jaws, and Star Wars, and by 1980, special effects had come a long way since 1933's King Kong, and by 1990s, it was commonplace with movies like Terminator and Jurassic Park. The new influx of corporate capital was one of the primary factors leading to the ever-increasing budgets, to the point today that a movie that costs under millions is considered low budget. The man himself, James Cameron, made it happen. Their ticket sales do not go to the movie theater, but instead go back to the movie studio, so that is why the movie tickets keep going up and the snacks are so expensive, because that is so the actual movie theater can make a profit. Independent films are movies that raise their money outside of the studio system. People tend to think of these movies as low-budget, serious, quirky, experimental, and or non-mainstream. The entertainment business always seems awesome to many people, but the reality of that career choice is that even at the lowest rung of the ladder, jobs are hard to come by, so most of the ones running out to Cali to become actors from back home to work in other. Lack of diversity in Hollywood. The Ralph J. Bunche Center for African American Studies at UCLA publishes a diversity report. In 2015, there were some gains, statistics show. By the end of the 2000s, another dimension appeared in the film industry, which were 3D films. It was also an attempt to get the audience excited. Interesting fact, James Cameron's 3D science fiction epic film Avatar was a film conceived in 1994, but it couldn't be produced until 2009 when the necessary technology for the film became available. The film industry is a global force now, with the fact that anyone with a story can record it on their phone, but also make it available for everyone to see. Hollywood is still number one, and the film industry will just keep evolving and attracting new generations. Movies are still going strong.